Hello, everyone, and welcome to Full Spectrum Cannabis. We've got your hosts, Lance and Calandra today. Calandra made it. I'm Sam, the producer, of course, and you guys take it away.
That just means we don't have to look at Sam.
That's exactly what it means.
Right?
What's that mean?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Why don't you have to look at me?
Well, you're not on screen because
my back is
here.
to you, so.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
You know?
have to
I
turn
mean, we
around.
love looking at you when we need to.
I'm still here.
You know?
I'm at the table with these three great-looking gentlemen. I don't have to turn around.
Gosh.
I'll start up another camera. You guys get to it. Do this show.
Starting off with comments.
I'm jumping in because these guys are funny, so I'll be in.
Well, we had to break everything up. We already had a podcast before the podcast.
At Canopy Accounting, we're not just accountants. We're specialists in the green. Led by Nikki Roloff, a seasoned CPA with a passion for the cannabis industry, and the team at Roloff Associates, we provide comprehensive accounting services tailored for cannabis businesses in Minnesota. From seed to sale, our expertise covers every financial aspect of your growing business.
Legend Technical Services, cannabis testing and technical consulting. Legend is a locally owned and operated private laboratory that has served Minnesota's analytical testing needs for over 30 years. Legend has provided Minnesota's hemp and cannabis industries with invaluable testing services since the inception of these programs in the state.
Do you need a legal resource to navigate the ever-changing laws controlling the cannabis industry in Minnesota? Schulman Buskey Reams is your partner in cannabis law. Our experienced attorneys can help you form a cannabis business, apply for cannabis business licenses, draft policies and contracts, and fight for you in court, all at a much lower cost than our big law competition. Visit sbrcannabislaw.com for more information. That's sbrcannabislaw.com. Schulman Buskey Reams, experts in a budding industry.
Hello, friends. Have you ever heard of CannaCon? Are you in the cannabis industry or interested in the cannabis industry? CannaCon is the nation's largest cannabis convention, and we are lucky enough to have it happen right here in St. Paul. Come learn about what's new in cannabis. Come see for yourself that cannabis is about much more than you think. CannaCon offers something for everyone. Whether you are new to hemp and cannabis products or have some, let's say, prior knowledge, come see all that these dedicated and hardworking professionals have to offer. From beverages to sleep aids and everything in between, CannaCon is the place to be.
Aura Canning is a Midwest canning co-packer specializing in small to medium-sized batch runs for non-alcoholic and hemp-derived beverage brands. They provide cold-packed and carbonated aluminum cans, we're talking the 12-ounce sleeks, along with a variety of other services to get your product to market. Look them up online or call Jake at 763-312-0177. Again, that's Jake at 763-312-0177.
This episode is brought to you by Fat Nugs Magazine, where the art of cannabis culture meets world-class journalism. Come explore the fascinating world of cannabis and plant medicines through stunning photography, immersive art, captivating design, and thought-provoking storytelling. Check them out at fatnugsmag.com and see why the entire industry is fascinated by their work.
Yeah, we did.
You know?
We did.
What do we have today, Calandra? It's happened.
Yeah.
It's happened where...
It's finally happened because I've been talking about these guys for a while.
I know, but I don't even have any idea who they are. Like, I showed up and I was like, what's the deal? They got cannabis on their shirt, but they're not in cannabis, but they are in cannabis, but they aren't in cannabis. They're
not at all.
They're non-plant touching is what we call that, right?
Correct. Yeah. That's a good way of looking at it. I mean, aside from him, he touches it every 20 minutes.
Right. Yeah, he's drinking some right now.
Well, these guys, let me tell you, they moved upstairs from my law office, and
You're a lawyer?
Yeah.
I didn't know. Calandra's a lawyer.
Shit. Well, these guys, I saw them moving in, and we just happened to start talking one day, and he tells me, Brock here tells me he's in cannabis, and I asked him, I said, do you know who I am? He's like, no. And then we start talking and both figure out we're in the cannabis space. And these guys are Meta Realty. So.
Well, no, we're not Meta Realty.
Meta Cannabis.
We wear two hats. Yes.
Oh, well, you get to tell us about those hats because
Yes.
I do know Meta And I know that these guys drive cars with cannabis on the license, but
We do.
they are so fucking cool.
We drove them really
We do.
fast this morning.
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
caught up to him on
Right down the
Yeah.
HOV lane with
amazing.
just one occupant.
So I've been
One
dying
occupant.
to get them in here so
Hey,
that
I
didn't even have
our
to-
viewers can meet them.
I got the device to allow me.
I don't, but I followed you, so I
You
said,
did.
hey, there's two of us.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. So
There we go.
so-
Illegal activity.
Yeah. We've been getting,
I mean,
we've
HOV
been getting
lane,
along
good
since
thing we
the
got a
first
lawyer.
day we met.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. So
That's great. Okay,
So I still am shocked, though, that the fact that all the Twin Cities, when we were looking for scouting for buildings, we looked for like 45 plus properties, and we end up finding one with you in the same building, which is just really cool. Sometimes there's
Yeah.
serendipity.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to explain the situation.
well, and first, tell us your name.
Yes, my name is Brock Dombrovski. I am the broker over at Meta Commercial Cannabis. And you?
I'm also with him. My name's Jared Schroeder. I'm one of the principal partners in Meta Commercial Cannabis.
Yes. So to differentiate between the metas, we are the metas.
Okay.
So Meta Realty is the residential side. We have a whole division for residential real estate agents that do traditional real estate brokerage stuff. Aside from us having zero splits and you cap right away, which is pretty cool. But with that being said, we also have a niche, which is we're the only brokerage in Minnesota now. Now take off the Meta Realty and go to the Meta Commercial Cannabis, two entirely different businesses.
Sure.
Meta Commercial Cannabis is a very niche, unique brokerage, real estate brokerage. We help individuals that either have businesses or want to get into cannabis business find all their real estate needs. And so that sounds, well, why can't a regular brokerage do that? Why can't Cushman Wakefield? Why can't CBRE do that? I'm just name dropping other
Great.
commercial brokerages, is because it's very complex. Commercial spaces for cannabis, as you know for
Yeah.
sure, comes with tons of red tape. And so Jared spent the most of his duration of 2022, 2023, learning all the ins and outs, all the cities that are happy, friendly towards it, all the areas in the cities throughout the Twin Cities and all of Minnesota where the different areas will be zoned. And then not just that, but then you go to, let's just say, Lance, you know this sector, but there's a lot of people that want to get into it.
Mm-hmm.
So someone comes forward and says, yeah, I just want to buy a building. And you go, okay. So how are you going to buy the building? Well, I'm going to get it financed. No, you're not.
Right.
You're not getting anything financed. What about insurance? Well, I've been with Allstate for 20 years. Okay, yeah, they're not doing it. So do you need
Right.
some help? And that's where, Jared, we take these people in. We're open to explain to them. Instead of getting on them about what they don't know, we'd rather show them what they should know.
Right.
And, in the end of the meetings, usually you have a better idea. They have a better idea, okay, this is something I still want to pursue, or you know what? This sounds really complicated. I don't think we're going to want to go into it. So there's kind of a screening process. And not only that, there's a screening process when they first walk in. I hate that it comes down to this, but one of our first questions that we ask for screening is, how much money do you have?
Yep.
And that always seems a little abrasive.
Yeah.
But it's just, if you want to open an extraction facility, if you want to open a cultivation facility, most people come in thinking, I've been growing 20 plants in my parents' basement since 1995. I could do this.
Mm-hmm.
And you go, what do you know about automated systems? Well, what do you mean? And it's just, we kind of put them on the straight and narrow of
Yeah, and I mean, on that too, the last thing we want to do, obviously we're realtors, we're brokers, we want to help people get locations, but the last thing we ever want to do is put someone into a place knowing that they're going to fail because they don't have the finances. The last thing we want to do is see someone come in and go, hey, I got $40,000, I want to create a cultivation facility, and go, yeah, cool, let's find you a location, knowing that $40,000 isn't going to get them into it. And then they get a lease locked in place. Next thing you know, they're out of money and they have to sell, or now they're facing all these other problems solely because you didn't have that question up front and you didn't set the expectations correctly.
Yeah, and I'll give you an example of why we're unique to this. We're not the only brokers out there that say they can help with finding a property for whether it be retail or cultivation, manufacturing, whatever it be. But I'll give you a perfect example that just happened last night. So we've been a little reluctant with helping clients lock down properties just because we haven't known where the zoning is going to be for certain cities. We don't, there's a lot of cities that they didn't know what they were going to do.
Right.
We'll help clients look at certain different cities around the Twin Cities, around the whole, state of Minnesota. And every once in a while, we'll run across someone that goes, oh, yeah, no, I know someone that did this. They locked up that property. Yeah, they bought it. No, we're good. Oh, okay, you're good? You sure it's zoned right? Oh, yeah. They told us we're good to go.
They're doing hemp out of it. That's
Yeah.
my favorite. They're already growing hemp, so we know it's going to be zoned right. It's okay.
Yeah. So it's okay. So we've had this interaction with people, different real estate brokers that talk about, different properties in Minneapolis that they got locked up, and these clients have already bought them, right? Last night was about 4:00 in the afternoon. Minneapolis released the map.
Yep.
I know 10 places right now that people are going, oh God, not zoned right.
Right.
Well, and especially once you go into the rural areas too, on cultivation in particular with indoor cultivation, a lot of counties put them in industrial sections where the hemp was allowed in agricultural sections, and they're not allowed in agricultural for indoors when it comes to adult use. So a lot of these hemp factories, like we ran into one. Where was that?
Pine
one?
City.
Yeah, it was near Pine. Yeah, it was up over by what was that lake? It was the weird named lake.
You're killing me. It's in Pine City.
I can't remember, but they had just bought this facility, outfitted. They're about $6 million into it, only to find out that it will not be zoned, and that county will not be changing their zoning regulations. And so this entire facility they bought is no longer going to work for them.
They can grow a different kind of plant.
They can, and they're going to. But again,
Yeah.
when you have to change your whole
But
That's
Cactus
a really
plant.
Not the one you want.
That's a really expensive
cactus?
lettuce factory.
right? That's some high-end tomatoes you're going to be growing out of there. That's
We've got the
some
best
tulips.
bib lettuce you've ever seen.
But
No, it's been interesting. I guess this whole we started medical commercial cannabis in late 2022.
Yeah.
We knew that we were banking on May of 2023 that it would be voted to be legal. Yeah. We watched that thing like hawks. Obviously, it got voted in. The frustrating part has been is we keep pulling back the reins for clients that want to march into it right away.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're just doing that to benefit them, to make sure that they don't put themselves in harm's way. And obviously, like I said, just Minneapolis last night releasing their map, and we're like, I want to know how those brokers get that phone call today when these clients are calling going, you helped me buy a $2 million building that isn't zoned correctly. Like, there's got to be lawsuits. There's got to be some sort of repercussions. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we're not going to get in the middle of that. We want to make sure that
Yeah.
we're just putting people where they should be.
Right.
But another one is the amount of people that come to us that they know everything. And I'm sure you've ran into this. There's a lot of this going on in the cannabis industry.
Everybody knows everything.
They know
Before we were talking about how there's a lot that I know and there's a lot that I don't know, and I'm going to tell you, well, it's probably if I'm saying, well, it's probably, and you want to take me to the mat on probably, no, I'm not backing off of that. I don't actually know, but I think it's probably going to look like this.
Yep.
And that's what we do. That's the way we stand.
It is.
If they say, what about this city? And we go, well, we think we know, but you know what? We don't know for sure, but we'll find out as soon as we can for you.
Yeah.
And that's the best we can do. But the amount of people that go, I know. And you're like, no, you don't know. Right. The amount of people that come to our property, we've got a building in Minnetonka, an office over off of Shady Oak and 62.
Yeah.
The amount of people that come to our space and go, we have a license. No, you don't have a license. We have a license.
Oh, yeah, I'm pre-approved. I'm pre-approved.
Have a license.
No,
I know guys got a license.
That your application was approved. That is not an approval. No, I got the approval. Can you send it to me? I'll find it and I'll send it over. Never receive it.
Yeah.
I can't count how many people have said that to me where it's and personally, I'm hoping they're right because I want to see what that letter looks like.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
wanna see
asking
this
to question you. I just want to see it because I haven't actually had a person have one of those yet. And they never can produce it.
I get them every day.
It better look like Willy Wonka's golden ticket.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. At this point, it better be.
I get them every day in the mail, right? They say pre-approved Citibank, pre-approved Chase, pre-approved American Express.
Funding
they
in
say
24
pre-approved
hours.
all the
Actual
time.
card in there. You
Right.
can't use it, but there's a card in there.
It's a flimsy something in there, right? And then, you're like, well, you're pre-approved. to apply.
Yeah.
Right? That's your pre-approval. So if I just bring you this windowed envelope that says I'm pre-approved for up to $40,000, you giving me the loan? You giving me the car?
Yeah, by the way, I want you to know right now that of the whole cannabis industry, we have the most boring part, okay? But probably the most valuable one. Like, it's the most valuable one. Like, when it comes down to...
But it's very important.
Well, it is the most important. It's the most important.
It is, because how are you going to grow if you don't have that brick?
How are you going to make your beverages if you don't have a factory?
Right? Yes.
Exactly.
So let me ask, what made you guys get into this? And like where did you come from?
Man, this
your
is a good
background,
story.
like why?
This is a funny story.
both of us
Because
have
I've
different
been
ones on this
dying
one.
to ask you guys
Okay,
that.
this is
Like
how it
I
happened.
see you
It's
in
a
the
funny story. You guys
see you in
ready
the
for it?
building
What are
and-
we about to hear?
All right.
It's going to be exciting.
So 2000 is the spring of 2014. My dad also owned a commercial real estate brokerage.
Okay.
And one day he calls me and goes, "Hey, I got some clients coming to town. I think you get along really well. You think you can show them around? You're out scouting for some burner phone locations." And I'm all like, "Yeah, sure. Where do you want me to go?" He goes, "Come to my office." I'm like, I never really like going to my dad's office because they looked at me like the black sheep, everybody in there. I was like, whatever. So I go there and I'm thinking I'm going to see these guys wearing suit and ties and the whole 9 yards. And I walk in there and it's like these guys wearing sweatpants and like really baggy shirts and like
Before Zuckerberg made it cool.
Yeah, this is 2014. Okay, and I walked in, I was like, "Those have got to be the guys." And sure enough, these are the guys.
Yeah.
And so they introduced themselves. They introduced me. I know what I'm looking for. I'm looking for bottom of the barrel locations, like C type real estate. So like Broadway and stuff like that,
Yep.
right? And so we're driving around and burner phone locations. And as we're driving down Broadway, my Tahoe is so hotboxed, I can't see out the windows. And so we're trying to look for these locations, right? And all of a sudden I say a lot of, "You guys, I don't know why we're looking for burner phone locations. We should be looking for medical dispensaries." So I can't see out the fucking windows because you guys are smoking so much weed.
Right.
And all of a sudden they just go quiet. I was like, "Well, did I just offend him?" And all of a sudden one guy in the back seat goes, "That's really funny you said that because we're actually thinking about getting into cannabis." I was like, "Interesting." So rolled the windows down, found us some locations. It was pretty successful. I can say the name now. It was Cricket.
Okay.
That's who I was helping to find stores for. They hadn't moved into the Twin Cities yet.
Got it.
So we helped Cricket move into the Twin Cities. So I helped them find locations, and then they leave. That's how real estate works. They set up their operations. They go back to where they're from, which was Michigan.
Okay.
And we don't hear from them for a long time. Well, 2022, I was doing some other stuff and still real estate, residential real estate. And I get a call from my dad and he goes, "Hey, so-and-so's looking for you." And that was the clients that were for the Cricket stores.
Yep.
So what's he want me for? And he goes, "I don't know, he wants to talk to you about cannabis, some deal with cannabis." I'm like, "That's weird." He goes, "I gave him your new number. He's gonna call you tomorrow." I'm like, "Cool." So he calls me the next day. We'll just call him Martin.
Sure.
He says,
It's a great name.
"Hey, what's going on?" And I go, "Not much." We catch up a little bit, and he goes, "Hey, we're thinking about bringing our cannabis operation to Minnesota. We want you to kind of spearhead it." And I'm like, "Interesting." Now, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking some shitty burner store locations. Right?
Well, that's what you wanted before. Must be what you want to get, right?
Yeah. And so he goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm actually heading to Florida on Tuesday." And he goes, "Tell you what, stop in Detroit first. Let's just show you around." I'm like, "Okay, well, why not?" I wanted to see him anyways. They're nice guys. So I'm like, "Okay." So fly to Detroit. Guy picks me up, clean cut, looking good, nice vehicle. We drive up to this place, and there is a 60,000 square foot mecca
Yeah.
dispensary.
Whoa.
Wow.
So I don't know if you guys know square footage. 60,000 square feet.
It's huge.
Dispensary.
Dispensary.
Dispensary, yeah.
Yeah.
Not
It's a big place.
Not cultivation.
Rolls,
give-
Rolls
dispensary.
Royce is sitting out front.
For those that don't know what 60,000 square foot looks like, compare it to some other
Walmart.
thing.
Yeah, Target.
Okay.
Walmart.
Target or
Yeah,
Walmart.
I was thinking Target or something like that. That's got to be that size.
How
right?
many
$1 million
people-
cars sitting out front.
How many people are in this dispensary?
I mean, it makes 250 grand a day, so a lot.
What the?
So there's these Rolls Royces out
like
there.
a-
I
it's
go
like a
in
mini
there,
mall.
come to
It's
find
so
out
cool.
that this is the same guys.
Same
And
guy.
this is just one location. So I spend the next 2 days getting driven all around Michigan at these different dispensaries, different extraction facilities, different cultivation facilities. And my jaw is on the ground. And I'm learning these numbers of what they're bringing in. I'm like, holy shit. And I'm realizing that as I'm driving around Michigan, it's not just their operation, it's dozens of others on the same block. Same block. Find out the price points for these properties. A shitty pole barn that should go for about $300,000 is go for $6 million. I'm like, holy shit.
Wow.
And so all of a sudden I'm realizing that Michigan, the layout of Michigan looks a lot like Minnesota. Like when you're there, boots on the ground, you actually feel like you're in Minnesota, which is really different than Wisconsin. Yeah. Wisconsin's very different, but Michigan's like a carbon copy of Minnesota.
Wisconsin.
He's talking to two Wisconsinites.
Yeah, it's weird how you go Minnesota, Wisconsin,
but it is.
totally different. Michigan's very the same.
Wisconsin has so many little cities within just wooded that doesn't really develop around it. In Minnesota, like every city is really developed around a center point.
Yeah.
You can tell, like, oh, I'm in a city.
So I'm in this place called Bay City. They refer to as Bay Shitty. It reminded me a lot of Duluth. I was in another city in Michigan that reminded me a lot of Burnsville, Minnesota. And I'm like, wait, we're going to pick this whole thing up and drop it on Minnesota next year. We're going to replicate it in Minnesota. I'm like, I got to get in front of this.
Right.
Hence.
So that's how it came about.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to specialize in this. We got to specialize in this.
Yeah.
And so, as you can imagine, the frustration now is we were thinking 2000. That was like late 2022. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be moving in at the end of next year.
Yeah.
No, it's 2025.
Yeah. Maybe 6.
And nothing is open yet.
What?
Well, the good news is, sounds like they're going to be issuing licenses within a couple weeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 weeks. So.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
All we got to do
Yeah.
is get to that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, so when you're hearing this,
the
it's
rule.
just
Friday night.
Yeah.
Friday
Your
night was
SCA micros will get
2026.
started the moment the rules are officially adopted into law.
The rules have
Wow.
been approved by an administrative law judge, and the next step is to publish them.
Hey, by the way, I don't
And,
know
they'll
if
be published.
I'm sure some people when they hear that were just like, that guy, all he saw was dollar signs. He's a greedy bastard. I'm like, maybe a little bit, but honestly, it's really cool, the environment.
Yeah.
When I got there, the environment was just so cool. All the people with this company, all the employees with this company, the whole vibe was just so cool.
Yeah.
And so it was like, well, it's a cool environment. I like being around them, and there's money attached.
Right.
Like, yes, please.
Yeah.
That's really, I am greedy.
Well, a little bit. Everybody is a little bit. Everybody's also a little crazy.
That's also why he brought me in, because I'm the one who has the passion behind it.
Yeah,
you know? He reached out to me about a year
because
ago.
that was my question. Is, okay, where did he pick you up on the way?
So
from
me
Detroit?
and him have actually been friends for a while. We reconnected randomly, actually, at the OB because my wife and his fiance was pregnant at the time, and we were walking out of the OB appointment, and I see Brock kind of like lean into it and he's just like,
guy.
Jared Schroeder. And it's like, oh yeah, Brock, you know. And so we kind of reconnected, and I was running a GC company doing the accounting side of everything, and that just wasn't my passion. It was just, you know, something that kind of fell into our laps at the time, and I knew Brock was getting involved in cannabis and everything, and so me and him got to talking, and I'm like, you know, like, how's it going? And he's like, I'm probably going to be dead in the next month or so. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm going to die of a heart attack. He goes, I have so much work right now that I can't even get my head above water. He's like, I'm beyond stressed about everything. And I'm like, are you, what, you know, I'm like, okay, you know, I've always had a passion for cannabis. I actually drew up plans 15 years ago for a dispensary. I wrote an 87-page business plan, scouted locations, had the entire market analysis done for them, thinking when Colorado legalized, Minnesota was going to be right down the road, and that never happened. Until 13, so it was a little while later, and so I was like, you know, what can I do to help? And he's like, get your brokerage license and get your real estate license back and come over. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. And so I pretty much jumped in same day. I had my license reactivated within the week. I was able to get all the classes done right away, and that's when I started diving into, at that time it was the statutes that had just been passed, the alternate statutes that had been written last April. And so I deep dove into those, and then I started working on, I took the whipping boy position away from Brock.
Yeah.
And started doing the city council meetings and contacting cities and dealing with the peer irritation at the time that you were getting from cities about the idea of cannabis.
Well, it was weird because May May of 2023, it went like this, because I was going to these city council meetings pre-May of 2023. So I'm getting as the government's very much by the book.
Right.
Very much by the book. So I'd go in there like March 2023. I was like, hey, looks like it's going to be legalized. Do you know where in the city it's going to be zoned? You're the devil.
Yeah.
You're the devil.
Yeah, like, how dare you bring this to us? Oh.
Just asking a question.
No, I mean, even as of last year, come May, around May, you were still getting, that was even funnier, because instead of saying you're the devil, they just instantly would respond with, we have a moratorium in place.
We have a moratorium in place.
It's like, okay, that ends January. I don't know about that, but we'll have to get back to you. And then you get a call like a couple days later. So I looked into it. It looks like you were correct. So we're going to probably be scheduling this out sometime in October to start talking about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you please let me know? And it was funny, the shift that you started seeing last year.
But not that. But sometimes the candid response was, yeah, we're going to have a muni.
Yeah.
That doesn't count towards a license, right?
Right.
Come
Yeah, it
again?
does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, that doesn't count as a license. And they'd be like, there was a lot of, and not only that, but there's another great one too, the closet tokers. The closet tokers. Are you familiar with that?
No, what is that?
Oh, I'd be.
Sounds like a great brand name.
Closet
or a
tokers.
band.
I was just going to say,
Closet
man, that sounds like a
tokers.
great
Brand or band.
Republicans.
Yes.
Republicans that toke.
Oh,
These
yes.
city council
Oh, yeah.
meetings.
Are you serious?
And you'd have these Republicans to be like, that's the devil.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, we're not going to allow that in our city. And I'm like, okay. And then I was at the back parking lot. They'd walk up to me. Hey, I'm just wondering, like, you got any product on you?
Yeah,
Like,
Right.
wait, you smoke? Of course I do.
Well, I have to show. I got to show an image for my
Yeah.
constituents. I got to see how they feel first, so I know this is passionate for them. But yeah, actually, I smoke myself. And it's just like,
Did you just call me the devil 45 minutes ago?
yeah.
I love it.
But yeah, and so I got involved, and then I took over essentially everything on the zoning compliance. We've been building a vendor list across the board. So, when we started getting into the deep dive into getting into the real estate and understanding how it worked, we kind of opened up a lot of different avenues as well, especially going to the trade shows, starting to get to meet people within the industries. And we realized, since we are helping everybody across the spectrum on all licenses, we kind of were starting to build a master list of a lot of things. Plus, as we're talking with our clients, a cultivator, they probably have a light person, they probably have a soil person, but they don't have an HVAC person. They probably didn't have a transportation company. They probably didn't have all these other extra things that they're going to need. Security. If you're a dispensary, knowing which POS system to use, things like that. And so we ended up actually, just by working as a commercial brokerage, really developed an entire list of vendors as well. And so when we do have clients, we are kind of an all-in-one shop. We were able to help people with applications. One of our partners that we have is a wizard when it comes to contracts and things like that. So he was able to help. The first round, we were 12 of 14.
We were batting a 90.
It was 89.
89% for success for applications, which is obviously, after the aftermath, found out that was really high compared to a lot of people that got thrown out. So, yeah, what Jared's mentioning is we're pretty much a one-stop shop of being coached. We can do consulting. We also help with vendors with saying, hey, because there's a lot of stuff that people just don't think about. You know what I mean? Like they take it on like it's a normal business. And obviously a lot of us have had our own businesses, and we know from experience that cannabis business is it's a lot more challenging, even for us. I'm gonna tell you right now, totally honest, I wish we would not have called Commercial Cannabis. If I go back, it would just be MCC. And I'll tell you why. You probably already know this, Calandra.
I know.
Cannabis
this.
attached, the name cannabis, it makes everything dramatically harder. Even a bank account. We don't touch THC.
Yeah. Right.
Because we have cannabis in our name. We go to the bank, and they go, well, you got to go through the green leaf verification check. It's where we take a blood sample. You have to name your firstborn child after us, yada, yada. You're like, what the fuck? Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And so if we would have went with the acronym MCC, doing business as Commercial Cannabis, oh my God, we could have saved so much time.
I tell my clients, I'm going to say this for free. I tell my clients, whatever you do, don't put weed or cannabis in your name.
Yeah.
Make it something extremely unique. Make up, like Spitfire, something like that.
Anything, yeah.
Anything, because nobody.
DBA is a big one. You can register
That's
it,
doing business
register
as,
it
for those who don't
actor,
know.
whatever, and then doing business.
Yeah. But the biggest problem you're going to have is banking. And
Yes.
just in terms of commerce, you're going to have problems.
Even just transferring money. has been a
Transferring
pain.
money is huge. And then you'll have.
That's
the
weird.
S-
I haven't had any
you
trouble
have the
moving
SEC
any money
filing.
around anywhere.
Yeah, but
No, I've
it's,
gotten all sorts of shit shut down.
Bullshit.
I haven't had problems, with my name. And I just said, bye.
Well, it's because you set it up the right way instead of the
Yeah.
way I did it with cannabis in my name.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly.
There
We
you go.
actually went to one of the larger banks that does do cannabis. I'm not going to name drop. I'm not going to throw them under the bus.
Well, they might be a sponsor already.
Well,
but
no,
in case we want them to be a sponsor, maybe you don't say.
We work with them. We work with them because for what they do, it really helps actual businesses that do touch THC.
Right.
Yeah.
For us, we went to them after having a nice luncheon with them, met them. They're really great people. They said, we can work with you. Then we went to them and they had us run through this screening process. And we said, listen, we don't have anything to do with THC. Aside from having cannabis in the name, we don't touch it. We do all the real estate. Well, according to the bank, we have to run you through the same screening process. And so we pivoted and went to another bank that we already have a relationship with. We pleaded to them, listen, we don't have anything to do with cannabis. They got us a business account. This is a couple years ago. But it was just that right there, trial and error, where if we're working with someone that's doing a dispensary, we will definitely send them over to that bank without
Right.
You know what I mean? They're going to have to go through that process.
they gotta go
For
through
us,
that
though, we're
process.
like, no. So it's all the little things that clients don't think about, like insurance.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. All right. Here's what I'm
Break
going to
time.
do. We're going to take a break for the first half.
Ooh, great idea.
Okay. We do this now because we got 30 minutes of recording time on the camera.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a good idea.
And it's a good idea because you can stretch it.
We take
a
a
little
break for
break.
like 5 minutes and then
But we're gonna come.
I got a piece.
Well,
That's
don't run
Yeah.
away. But we're gonna come back and we're gonna have a great second half, and we're gonna
Yes.
get into the more fun parts of all of this. So
Yeah.
All right. See you after the half.
Okay.
At Cannabis Accounting, we're not just accountants, we're specialists in the green. Led by Nikki Roloff, a seasoned CPA with a passion for the cannabis industry, and the team at Roloff Associates. We provide comprehensive accounting services tailored for cannabis businesses in Minnesota. From seed to sale, our expertise covers every financial aspect of your growing business.
Legend Technical Services. Legend is a locally owned and operated private laboratory that has served Minnesota's analytical testing needs for over 30 years. Legend has provided Minnesota's hemp and cannabis industries with invaluable testing services since the inception of these programs in the state.
Do you need legal resource to navigate the ever-changing laws controlling the cannabis industry in Minnesota? Schulman Buskey Reams is your partner in cannabis law. Our experienced attorneys can help you form a cannabis business, apply for business licenses, draft policies and contracts, and fight for you in court, all at a much lower cost than our big law competition. Visit sbrcannabislaw.com for more information. That's sbrcannabislaw.com. Schulman, Buskey Reams, experts in a budding industry.
Hello, friends. Have you ever heard of CannaCon? Are you in the cannabis industry or interested in the cannabis industry? CannaCon is the nation's largest cannabis convention, and we are lucky enough to have it happen right here in St. Paul. Come learn about what's new in cannabis. Come see for yourself that cannabis is about much more than you think. CannaCon offers something for everyone, whether you're new to hemp and cannabis products or have some, let's say, prior knowledge. Come see all that these dedicated and hardworking professionals have to offer, from beverages to sleep aids and everything in between. CannaCon is the place to be.
Auric Canning is a Midwest canning co-packer specializing in small to medium-sized batch runs for non-alcoholic and hemp-derived beverage brands. They provide cold-packed and carbonated aluminum cans, 12-ounce sleeks, along with a variety of other services to get your product to market. Look them up online or call Jake at 763-312-0177. That's 763-312-0177.
This episode is brought to you by Fat Nugs Magazine, where the art of cannabis culture meets world-class journalism. Come explore the fascinating world of cannabis and plant medicines through stunning photography, immersive art, captivating design, and thought-provoking storytelling. Check them out at fatnugsmag.com and see why the entire industry is fascinated by their work.
Oh my goodness. We're back for the second
wait.
half.
Okay.
What's going on over there?
Oh, Calandra was fighting with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my job.
I just, well, as we start the second half,
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, like, I want to start a business called Cannabis that has absolutely zero to do with anything in the cannabis industry.
THC, terps, company.
That like sells photography or whatever. You know, like that has
Photography.
No, not even
I
cannabis.
only take pictures of cannabis.
Not
products.
even of cannabis. Of nothing related to cannabis at all, just to see if you can get a bank account. You know?
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
I take photos of buildings that might possibly use cannabis.
Might have to. Well, anyways,
love it.
Brock's got to go.
Brock's got to go.
Oh, are we
Right.
recording that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that means that was a real laugh? Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Yeah, I apologize. I got myself double booked. This has been crazy. I did want to say this before I departure, though. It's going to be really cool. We're having a grand opening.
Yeah.
Right now, tentatively scheduled for the last week of May.
Great.
And it's going to be, we got a couple games. One game's called Hotboxed the Studio.
Great.
Yeah. And we do have
It's
a
the air
studio, too.
freshener that
I
continues
will
to
be
last.
there.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's going to be cool. We got a lot of stuff that's pertains to cannabis. It's going to be. It's interesting. And I shouldn't be saying this out loud, but I am. We got the Meta Realty grand opening May 5th, which you should come up for that too.
Of course.
Just come up to the
I
fourth
will
floor,
be there.
and that's going to be like traditional grand opening stuff, you
Yeah.
know. And it's cool. I'm excited to have that. But really, the grand opening for Meta Commercial Cannabis is going to be so cool.
Yeah.
Do you have an exact date? Is it going to be on?
It's cannabis. Does the OCM
they
have
gonna-
an exact date? No, we just.
Are people going to be hot boxing all week?
Shots fired.
See, he can do it. I'll make him take me to lunch. I know where to find him.
Yeah, exactly.
I just come out, hit the elevator, and I'm there.
Right.
No, I will let you know, and you can check the website. We've got a Facebook page.
Wonderful.
It's under Meta Realty or www.metarealtymn.com. It's weird because you open it up, it goes right to the residential side. Click the hamburger in the top right corner. Drops down cannabis division, all the information there's there. It's just a
There you go.
completely separate website. We'll have the information there for the grand opening. Hope to see you there, Lance.
Yeah.
You're coming up, obviously.
Of course.
You want to participate in the hot box game?
I might.
All right, I got to go.
All
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
right,
Cheers.
thanks.
See ya.
Thanks, Brock.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right.
Now you're going to sit there and look at an open mic. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. And
If you're
see, I
not
just act
watching,
like he's there.
yeah, if you're
Yeah,
not
right.
watching right now, you can hear him not there in front of the mic.
What are you guys talking about? He's still right here. You
Right
not
there.
see him?
It's right.
Up in.
Oh, look at this.
Excellent. I
Look at
love
how
it.
much fun.
I love it. So
How has this, I mean,
this is
three of us
wonderful.
and a guest?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Let's have some fun. I mean, I
Yeah.
suppose it is three of us
Yeah.
and a guest usually, but
3 men in the truck.
Sam can't help himself. Welcome, Sam.
Welcome, Sam.
get on
Thanks
camera.
For joining us.
Welcome. Sam,
I love being on camera.
Sam's still got a little bit of the winter covering his spring vibe.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
shirt.
I noticed
The
that.
shirt
More the
reminds
shirt.
me of White Lotus.
Yeah.
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 Oh, White
yeah.
Lotus.
Yeah.
That's on my next thing to watch.
That's
list.
an excellent.
It's
That's an excellent mention for SEO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I just started watching. I actually just finished the first season and no, the second. I just
haven't-
finished the second
Oh
season.
man, you haven't even gotten into third yet.
I have not gotten into third. Like I barely got through the first
It's gonna make you think of some
episode, but
stuff.
is it really?
Yeah, man.
I love that. I love
think it will.
I think
love
so.
it. I love it.
Yeah.
So you're stuck with us.
Yeah.
So I've got some questions.
Oh,
Oh.
Love it.
Uh-oh.
come on,
So-
let's go.
So tell me what you're looking forward to the most about getting this market started.
The diversity. Really, after meeting with the passion that people have behind this, I mean, I've done, my background was I went to college for accounting, learned right away. Actually, you say that, but literally the second job I interviewed for, I realized that I had no career in accounting, and so I went back to what I was doing and started just bartended for a while. Then I got into real estate. Yeah, I had way too much of a personality for it, and so and then I got into real estate. When my daughter was born, I moved over into the mortgage side, and then. One of our other business partners that I introduced Brock to, me and him started up a GC company doing property maintenance, where there was just a need for it with some of the rental properties they had, and it was a nice thing. But I never really.
Did you get your contractor's license?
We did. Yep.
Yep.
And so we ended up. I never really enjoyed a lot of doing that. And then when I got into cannabis, the one part that I've loved the most is the passion people have behind it. Everybody's in a good mood. Everybody wants to talk about their process, their product. You got to do a little bit of an ego walkthrough, I like to call it. But past that, I'd rather deal with that than people who are sad and depressed all day, or
like regular corporate world.
Yeah, exactly. Or just the atmosphere around all these, even just looking for homes.
Yeah.
It's fun the first few times you go out and look until you start running into, where you put an offer in on something and they didn't get it. Well, now their heart's broken on it and they have to reset again. And eventually.
And 550 is our max. And
Yeah.
but I really like that one for 700.
Exactly. There was so much that goes with it. And even in the commercial world, commercial was a little bit more what I was looking for because, again, I still have the accountant in me. So I love numbers. As dumb as that sounds to a lot of people, I love breaking down numbers. And commercial's all about numbers. Residential, I thought was about numbers and negotiating, and it just wasn't. It's more about emotional connections. Commercial, at least, was if the numbers make sense, we buy it. If the numbers don't make sense, you don't buy it.
It's it's a really straightforward transaction. Yeah.
And moving into the cannabis side really brought a lot of what I've loved doing into one job and dealing with the clients and getting to meet them and seeing their brands and seeing their products and seeing their visions. I've heard so many different people. I've got one person who is looking at a restaurant. I'm not going to name which one it was, but we all know what it is. It shut down on the river in Minneapolis a while back. And the idea he wants to do with this place would be one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and it would bring back an iconic restaurant back to Minnesota. And just the cultivation centers, the going to see the greenhouses. And
you guys see this all the time too. The folks in the industry are pretty awesome.
Yeah,
they are.
It's unlike other industries or other businesses. Not that there aren't cool people in other places, but
not that there's not cool people
obviously.
in this industry. Of course, that happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
But the bulk of the industry is what's up? How you doing?
Everybody's happy because
You want to
they're
burn?
feeling good.
And you're like, no, not right now. I just had a gummy. I just drank a beverage. I'm going to have a beverage. I'm going to have a gummy. There's a reason why you're not running outside to burn. But
save
really,
your lungs. Why not?
You're sharing space.
Yeah.
Right. That's what you're thinking about. You're thinking about sharing space. A lot of people are thinking about having a meeting, right? Mm-hmm. Well, if we're sharing space, then we're also going to do some business. Well, that's fun, but it's so much more fun to get together with somebody, just find out what's going on, then, let's have a meeting about this thing. You can still kind of do both of those.
Yeah.
And it almost starts with the personal side of things, where you're at, how you doing, kind of a little bit of a pulse check on the week in a sense, or on the day. And then we move in to the rest of it. Where in the corporate world, it's you kind of do that already, but it seems a little bit more forced.
Mm-hmm. It seems to me as I think about this, part of the reason why the industry is so cool is because if you're in the corporate banking world, everyone's in the corporate banking world.
Yeah.
You all went to the same
Yeah.
schools. You all kind of know the same stuff, generally speaking, right? Or if you're in insurance or if you're at Medtronic or whatever, everyone's kind of siloed into this thing that everyone else knows.
Yeah, good
that
point.
industry is our industry.
Yeah.
This one, shit, people come to it from every facet. Like
Yeah.
the people in it
100%
are
too.
from all over the place and really smart people.
Speaks
Good
to the
people,
point of
generally.
diversity was the thing that started off with on what you were excited about
Yeah.
for the industry to open up, right? Like we're just waiting on licenses. Everybody's ready
Yeah.
to do something. Once licenses are there, then maybe there's some other folks that all of a sudden will start popping up. But there's been people there for a long time
It
ready
is.
for this to happen. So it's coming. It's coming.
It is, yeah.
How do you like that lime tea?
These are both really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
The other one, in
Wouldn't
case you're not watching, what is it, Sam?
Stigma.
Stigma. Yeah, their seltzer water lime.
Yep.
It's
And of
it's
course,
a
green elevator.
end screen
I'm
elevator.
not a
Yeah.
big seltzer fan, and that was actually really good. It was nice and subtle. The lime balanced out that carbonation flavor that I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah, not too much carbonation, not
Yep.
too much of this, not this like metallic whatever that
But this is
sneaks in
better.
on some. But that's better.
Well, you gotta
I
say.
love it.
No, I gotta say it or not.
I think you would say which one is better no matter what, and I think
so,
that
too.
I think that Stigma would agree just as well as I would agree that
Both really
somebody
good,
says
but-
Stigma's THC seltzer is better than mine, then that person's flavor is right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yep.
Yep.
there you go.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Burnsville.
Oh, local boy.
Yep.
That's a second Burnsville plug.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
first
is
half we
it?
got a Burnsville, but we were talking about Michigan.
Yeah, we're Wisconsinites. Nobody cares about us.
I love
Well, I went to, you know where I went? I went to Milwaukee.
I told you I grew up in
Wisconsin's
Madison.
fantastic. I'd never been to Milwaukee. I went to Milwaukee and I was like, woo. And people that were from or know, well, of course they know about Minneapolis, but have been to Minneapolis and kind of understand it a little bit more. One of the persons was like, yeah, well, Wauwatosa, that's like Egan. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, you're making
Yeah.
sense. These are
Cool.
suburbs.
Yeah.
I'm like,
right.
Wisconsin just seems, for whatever reason in my mind, unless you're getting towards Chicago, Wisconsin just seems a little small and towny a little bit,
Very towny.
right?
It is.
Which is cool. I like that vibe.
A lot of unincorporated towns in Wisconsin too.
Yeah,
Okay.
but then you get
I
to
thought that was
Milwaukee.
interesting.
Yeah.
You get to Milwaukee, and on the way into Milwaukee, you're like, "Wow, this is actually."
It's just Chicago North.
Yeah.
Is that what you
can-
would say?
You can
Yeah,
smell
It's
the
just
yeast.
Chicago North.
In a
You
certain
smell
way.
the yeast in the air right away.
Yep.
From the beer.
Miller.
Yeah. Soon
Yeah.
as you're driving in there, you're like, what is this? You're like, oh,
Wondering
like
why- you're
the
wondering why you got to
Chippewa
blow your
Falls.
nose more.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you're like
Yeah.
yeast.
Wisconsin State Fair was just all brats and beer.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Like
hey,
the whole thing. Ours is food on a stick. Theirs is just brat
Yeah.
and beer
Just
tents.
brats.
growing
Yeah.
up in
That's all
Minnesota, I
you
will
need.
say Wisconsin is where you want to go to party, though. I mean, like,
It's true.
what is it? Something like 12 of the top 25 drunkest cities are in Wisconsin.
So
and
I'm
they
not-
have like 6 in the top 10. Like,
It's crazy.
yeah.
I'm going to
you
go
cross
into a little bit of Wisconsin
Lawlessness out there.
of the reality of how this all came about. Was that when they started, when the white settlers came to this part of the country, the Germans went to Wisconsin because it looked a lot like Germany, and then the Norwegians and the Scandinavians and stuff ventured further out and came to Minnesota. And those Germans, they brought that sort of industrious. So if you drive around Wisconsin, yeah, it's a lot of small towns. But if you go to most small towns that are incorporated, they're like they've got some industry there. They started factories, businesses,
Yeah.
and each town is sort of supported by like Tecumseh, Kohler, Oneida Silverware, like
Right.
all these factories that grew up in these small towns.
Yeah.
But-
A really good book to read. It's called The Jungle.
oh yeah.
Talks about the factory life and, settlers when they came. And, it's kind of brutal, but it gives a really, really good history on factories and how hard folks worked in the factory. But yes, The Jungle.
The Jungle.
Yes, The Jungle.
It's a book plug.
I like it.
We got a
Yes.
bunch of things going on.
Well, it's all about education and enlightenment and
yeah.
Yeah, and fun.
Smarter.
I think it's been fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going anywhere yet. And I know usually I pop in. I'm like, well, this has been fun. And we're like, all right, bye. We still got a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So we've got not an anniversary, but a grand opening party that's coming. That's fun. What else, right? Like, I mean, we could talk about the OCM and what's going on there, but positively,
Do we have to?
I
don't
do
think
want
we
him to
have
talk
to.
about how beautiful that office is, and give us kind of
The OCM?
a mental. No,
Yeah.
Oh, their office.
their office.
Their office.
We don't want the OCM.
Oh, got it. Yeah. I mean, there's some cool. I've heard a little bit pre-show what was going on. I think that's a good call. Tell us about the office.
Yeah, so we created a really unique office for a real estate firm. We actually have a green room. So we'll be doing our own podcast shows. Might have to get you guys to come down there someday. We're going to be shooting our own commercials out of there. But then we, on the commercial cannabis side, we're actually going to be creating our conference room around a dispensary vibe. And so we're going to have a kind of a wall of fame for all of our clients. So they're going to be able to bring whatever their best strain is. We're going to have an airtight sealant that we're going to be putting them in with a picture of their, their symbol behind it, whatever their company logo is or whatever, for all of our clients. So it's going to have a nice wall that's going to be pretty much right when you walk in. We've got.
Is someone going to break in there someday all like jonesing? Like, I know where I can get some good shit.
I'd be more worried about the sample place than I would us, because right now the way it's written, they have to store product for 90 days.
Yeah.
And they have to get 0.5% of anything they're testing for the batch.
Okay.
And so they're going to be potentially.
Oh, you mean like Legend Technical Services?
That's one of our sponsors.
Yeah, like
What's up,
you mean the
Legend?
places that are doing the testing?
Yes.
Is that what you're talking about?
Them and Phyto Labs right now, I think, are the only two really that are going to be.
We know those folks too. The great.
They are, yeah.
Wonderful.
Casey's awesome.
Yep.
We've met with them a few times.
Casey was
Molly's
on the show.
amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
So
Wonderful folks.
They really are, and they're very passionate about what they do.
Oh, yeah.
My
very
little
thankful
joke there,
for them.
which maybe lands flat because you guys all use THC products more than I do, but like stoned people don't go break into places and steal things, do they? Like that's more like heroin
Not
stuff,
the
right?
lab stuff.
No, I mean, you got all the stuff behind
realistically,
glass.
I mean,
They're too tired.
if you look at the industry, the security really isn't the way that they're set up. It's very secure. People, we had a client come through that's doing transportation. He owns the Greenhaven Logistics. I kind of had to talk him down off the ledge a little bit as far as like he was thinking about doing like armored transports and all this stuff, and like we had actually reached out to a couple different states just to find out like, okay, what exactly,
Right.
I was curious at that point because I'm like, I don't know really what they're doing.
Like a turret on top and shit.
Yeah. Well, he did drive tank, or he was a tank commander in the Army, which he downplays all the time.
Yeah.
And I keep giving him shit for it every single time because it's like if I drove, he did a couple tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, and I told him, I'm like, if I drove a tank, that would be the first thing I would tell people. Like that is like awesome.
My brother did too. I wonder if they're part of the same unit or anything.
Depending on when, for
Well,
sure.
I had someone reach out to me yesterday.
About tanks?
Pretty close.
Awesome.
Speaking of tanks,
Did you find a vendor?
Well, he has a
Where can you get one?
They do bulletproof glass.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And he asked, if any of my clients, would be interested in some bulletproof glass in their cars or dispensaries. And I thought that was very interesting.
cuts down on the mileage.
You think so?
It's heavy.
Doesn't wear the tread off your tires any faster either.
Now, I will tell you, I have had friends in other states that own dispensaries, and they had trouble with break-ins. Coming through the ceiling, or just somebody just driving a car right through the front door.
So it does happen.
Oh,
It
sure.
does.
still
It does.
does.
So
It's
you get the metal,
Yeah.
not metal, the cement cylinder
Blocks in front.
blocks in front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cement, the what?
Ballards.
Ballards.
Yeah, it was like, what are you talking?
They're
You're talking
they're
about-
cylinder side. Yeah.
Well, and
Ballards.
and like for dispensary side though, like as far as security goes, you're essentially going to have to almost break into 3 different levels to be able to even get to product if you want. Because
Plus,
you're
if
going
you
to
just wait outside and ask someone, they'll probably share.
Yeah. Oh, everybody loves to smoke with other people. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's been one of the greatest things about the industry for me is every time you meet with a new client, they almost always have a sample for you of some kind. Like,
I don't want to say it.
That's very true. That's
Yeah.
right.
Right.
Lots.
and people are just so proud of it, and it's awesome. Like, I love the passion that they have with that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why
Chase
I really.
Lance down. He'll give you a sample.
Yeah.
I mean, I already
in your mouth?
I already gave Brock some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take any. I love that stuff.
sure.
So I'll try anything new. It's great. Like I've loved the just learning the different techniques people use on that type of stuff. And
I mean, the industry is so not even started in a certain
know.
way in Minnesota. It's so new. Granted, there's been hemp, so it's not like it's new, but it's going to be just that much more mainstream, easy to find. Like,
Well, and
costs are going to come down some. All of this stuff is going to happen.
And I really hope that Minnesota does it the way they wanted to, and that we do keep it on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
And so we do get a lot more craft grows that can actually thrive. I'm really glad that bill got shot down a couple weeks, or was it 2 weeks ago now? Or was last week, was it? I don't even remember the bill that would have essentially expanded medical cannabis and allowed them to make their own determination of what could go to the adult market versus go to the medical market.
Right.
Like right now, they're capped at how much they can grow for each side. This would have gave them 90,000 to grow at their discretion as long as they maintained enough for the medical side. So in other words, they could have done 85,000 square feet of flowering canopy that would have gone to the adult market. And the companies that were backing it, they've crippled every single market they've gone into.
Wow.
Right.
And so we were very thankful that got shot down and all the work that was done to be able to get that to be killed and at least tanked for another year.
I mean, our people, that's just business, though. Just straight up business 101. Everybody's generally going to jockey to be in position number one.
No, and it is. There's literally nothing wrong. Like, I understand why they're doing it. It's business.
Yeah.
They're treating it like a business.
They hired for lobbyists.
Of course they
it
did.
was
Oh, yeah.
very,
Yeah, I mean, the money's there.
they were very aggressive.
They're
take
all
their
up
shot
in
at
it. They're all up in it.
This was a lot of wasted money for them that did not go through. And I could not imagine being on some of those phone calls, especially for the people who voted against it. I do not imagine what they went through afterwards for that. But
Well, on that note, can we say some nice things about Minnesota and the OCM then? Because
but again,
everyone's angry all the time, but it seems like we really are trying, right?
it is. And again, they're trying to keep it smaller. You know, like in the beginning, I was telling people the way Minnesota sees it is they want to make 100,000 millionaires versus making 100 billionaires.
Right.
And that's what I've truly loved, and the passion that I grew behind it. When, I didn't come into the industry to work with the larger companies. I came in to help the smaller micros, to help the people who have the passion and want to get set up and done correctly. That's what's really drove me.
And they do need help, because if they're just dreaming about it and thinking that this is going to be an easy thing, like you were talking earlier about, I got 40 grand, like
Exactly.
it's not going to get you
And
your facility.
Well, and
Call me if you've got 40 grand. Don't call them. You got 40 grand, you call me. I can help you figure something out so that you can do something in this industry.
Call Lance.
It may not be opening a full-on adult use dispensary, but hey, you got 40 grand. We can figure out how we can get you some runway to get some brands into the market.
Well,
but I think
and there's
people
partnerships
really
to be
don't-
made.
Bingo.
Yeah, I think people really don't understand the work that goes into making laws and creating statutes
Oh
and
my
making
God, it's
sure.
tedious.
Yes, and
It's like him in the accounting.
yes,
Fucking,
yes.
who wants to do that?
No, I
shit?
know.
No
Yes.
one.
We're glad.
they
We're
really
glad that
are.
we've got some. That's why we don't do that stuff. We've got Canopy Accounting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
have Canopy Accounting.
Ooh,
That's right.
thanks,
That's
Canopy.
right.
Well, and I think that the OCM is trying to balance listening to the people and not making the same mistakes other states made, and keeping it small to make, those millionaires versus
Totally.
100 billionaires. And all of that takes work because we are the first state to allow drinks and edibles to be sold first. So
Right.
the way we're
We did
doing
that
it's
really-
really early on. It's really unorthodox.
Yeah.
And then when you look at what Minnesota did for the hemp beverage market, that saved our breweries.
It did.
So we're really balancing a lot. So I give them a lot of credit for the work that they've done. And they've hired some great folks over there. They hired Jessica Jackson. They've got Malakan. I hope I pronounced her name right. They've
I
got
don't think
Sarah.
so.
They've
Not how you really stumbled
got-
over that one.
We're gonna hear about
they've
this.
got
Do it
some-
again.
Comments.
Yeah, and
for sure.
they've got Eric Tauble over there, who's
Yeah.
now the interim director. So I give them credit for the work that they're doing. It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
and
I don't doubt it.
people really don't understand the work that goes into it. And
As
I
long as
think-
it
I think
turns
we should
out
give 'em-
right,
I think
people
we
will
should-
understand the work. If
Well,
it turns
I
out
think
wrong,
we
then
should
we're gonna
give
be like, what were you doing?
Give them some grace to do, the work
That's
that
what I
they're
was
Sure.
that
pointing toward.
they
Yeah.
need to do. Look
It's
at the
not
shit we're
easy.
already putting up with from the White House. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, let's give the OCM a break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean they've done what they can only do what they're working with
Yes.
too. They have restrictions. They have there's a process they have to follow. So even if they want to make a change, they may not necessarily be able to.
Right, yeah.
So they have to work with those rules in mind.
Yeah.
And so just because something they did doesn't necessarily make sense, there's a reason behind it because they had to write it that way for the way it was written in
Yes.
the statutes.
Yes,
And
they are very
sometimes-
They're very responsive to, their partners in the community. They're responsive to business owners. So I agree with you 100%.
Sometimes we've got to mess some things up that we think should be
right.
in there, right? So if we look at the first bill that got passed to the second bill, right? We look at the things that have happened so far. Sometimes there's just some folks that are on that side or right down the
Yeah.
middle that don't like this whole thing. And in order to get it done, we had to kind of do this.
Absolutely.
There's some
Yes.
concession
And we'll
here,
figure
there's
it
a
out later.
concession there.
Why we have
we'll figure it out,
multi-purpose
right?
bills.
Yeah, we
It's
got
not just single item bills.
Yeah.
Nothing
got to
would ever
write
get
something,
passed.
and we got to put it out there,
And then you got to slam something in there that you can't
That's
get
right.
through on something else.
and then we'll fix it if it's not quite right.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Got it. You got it.
Look at that act.
You know who does that?
who?
Who?
Come on,
Already?
lawyers.
Lawyers.
Well,
course
and
we
I mean
do.
that's
A lot
the
of-
other part.
Oh.
It's bureaucracy. Everything has to have 12 people sign off on
Favorite
it.
firms.
Ooh, is that Shulman Busky Reeves?
It is.
Oh, no
It
way.
is. It is.
Look at us getting everyone in this
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Jared
every
Reeves
sponsor
over there.
Jared on this one.
Jared,
we're doing
Jared
a good
Reeves,
job this
I'm
time. Oh, we're doing
telling
so
you,
great.
He's phenomenal.
Jared
well,
is
Absolutely
great.
love Jared.
That's part of the intent of the show, right? So we have guests on. We had Jared on. It was great. We got to know. Well, you're Jared as well, so that's a little confusing. But Jared
little bit.
Reeves,
All right.
Jared Reeves, and he talked about cannabis law. And so, how do our listeners, how do the people who tune into this show who are cannabis industry people? This is what we've learned. It's not like it's not a lot of grandmas and grandpas and moms and dads and I don't know.
Well,
how
what
many-
about mine?
your mom and dad? What?
Probably.
Yeah, they love it.
Yeah.
because you're on it.
I don't know.
My baby.
Well, they might
I
just
love
be
watching
like,
my baby.
gosh, what is he
Oh,
saying?
I helped produce that.
Unbelievable. Well, good thing he's been out of the house for like 20 some
Yeah.
years. We can't even claim anything now.
Yeah.
So between Canopy Accounting and
Yeah.
Jared Reeves and this
And
guy,
Legend Technical Services.
Legend Technical Services.
And you guys will, we'll talk about the reason we get the people in on the show that we have so that people who are interested in the industry can find some pathway forward, like meet the people who are going to help them do all this stuff,
Yep.
We need to get some,
they wouldn't
growers
really
in.
find them. I mean, they find
I
them.
can hook you up with as many growers as you. I've
I
got a
bet
lot
you
of
can.
people that would love to talk. So
Yeah.
That's how it starts with a little tiny baby partnership, and then it turns into this,
And it grows.
guys, hey, this person does that, and that person does that, and that person does that. And collectively, we'll build one hell of a crew and one great industry by doing exactly what
It does
we're doing.
seem like an awfully collaborative group.
It is.
Like
Yeah.
people
And again-
want to collaborate.
And they want, like in the beginning, the first phone calls I would make to, because originally I was calling hemp distributors and people who held the hemp licenses.
Yeah.
And one of the first questions most of them would ask is, where are you based out of? Oh, we're based out of Minnetonka. Well, Bloomington at the time. And they're like, oh, you're local. It's like, yep, nope. Actually, we're all born and raised in Minnesota. Oh, fantastic. I will definitely be giving you a call. Like
Right.
that was very big. And like getting into the cannabis industry, that is one of the other parts that I've learned a little bit more. Like people in the industry tend to like people like me who have the passion for it more than people who are just coming into the industry trying to get money.
And coming
And, like,
into the state just to
Exactly,
get money.
the MSOs, and
Yes.
like there's been, there's reservations about what the state's trying to do with the tribes, and there's people want it small in the industry.
Yep.
I can't necessarily speak past the industry,
Right.
but the industry wants to work with people within that industry.
Minnesota's industry wants
Correct.
to work within a small group.
Which is
Yeah.
really funny because sometimes they mislabel people. Like I've got a couple clients who they're like, we were born in Minnesota, moved to California, and now moved back to Minnesota.
Started a huge
getting
company.
into it, and instantly they're all, they're labeled as being from out of town and stuff like that. But
Yep.
Minnesota definitely really wants to stick with working with people from Minnesota.
And we'll screw certain
And I
parts
love
of
it.
that up,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
oh yeah,
always.
And there are some great companies, there are great small companies around the country to work with or around
Right.
the world. even.
Exactly.
So.
every big company was small at some point.
Yeah.
There's a
Right.
reason they became big.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And where would all those companies and all the people in the industry congregate around August 9th and 10th, would you say? Any ideas?
What do we have on August 9th
August
or 10th?
9th and 10th.
I don't even remember. Like, what's in August? I'm trying to
From
figure
10 to-
out
10
what's
to
going
5
on
both
later.
days. I looked it up on the website. I'm pretty sure I'm right, but it's CannaCon.
Oh,
is that-
CannaCon's
I was
coming.
wondering about that. Okay.
Oh my gosh! I was thinking about the six
I got
other.
everyone in.
I was thinking about the 6 other things that were happening before that.
I know. And then I'm thinking
if you
about
Are you doing CannaCon?
I don't know if we'll be there for sure. I don't know if we're getting a tent yet for it. That's something we're in the process.
booth or whatever?
Booth, yeah. But I will say,
You should.
If you're looking for arguably the best expo I've ever gone to, I know this isn't Cannabis Expo, but there will be people there related to it. The MinCar event that they have every year, they have Minnesota for the commercial real estate. We use something called MinCar.
Okay.
That's our association.
Yeah.
They put on an annual event that's just open. One of
It
the
sounds fucking
it
awful.
was no. I know it does.
I'm dead serious.
No,
I mean, I was
telling
expecting
you.
something cool.
No.
MinCar.
I'm telling you, like you walked in and they have an entire buffet of food,
Yeah.
and I would say
Free food, I'm assuming.
Free, yeah.
Yeah, sounds amazing.
They
gotta bring the
and
people
then
in
the
somehow.
vendors themselves all had their own private individual bar set up, and every one of them had like their own like unique cocktail of some kind.
Where is
and there
this?
was probably
I
35
wanna go.
different vendors. And they all had different games set up. Some of them had
Can Green
like
Elevator
a
be
slot
there?
machine where there would be 3
I'll be
people
part of
that
the
would hold a
cocktail.
fruit up, and if they all picked the same fruit, you'd win a prize. Like they had a golf simulator.
when is this going on?
It's in September. I gotta look up the exact date for this year, but I'm telling you,
Is it a free event?
This one is a paid
Tickets?
event.
That's
still.
fine.
Yep,
That's
there is
fine.
tickets to it.
Yep.
So,
And I assume.
but the last year there
I think
was
we
3
might know a
cannabis
guy that
vendors.
could probably get us
Like
in.
Union Bank was there, and they were starting to promote cannabis within the real estate world.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And so it is a really cool event. It's a great way to get brands your brand recognized,
I
things
love
like
it.
that out there. And it's something that's off the beaten path that not everybody thinks.
No, because it sounds awful.
It
like I
does.
said,
It really
I'm
does.
sorry.
I'm not gonna lie. When Brock's like, "No, you need to go to this," and this was
Fucking
like,
terrible.
I was just getting acclimated into everything, and he's like, no, you need to go to this. And I'm like, I don't want to go to this. Like, what is this going to be? And I went there, and it was like, oh my God, this was, and I'd been to CannaCon prior to, and that was the first expo I'd been to.
Yep.
And I was expecting it to be similar to that, but a little bit more dry.
Okay.
And then I walked into this, and it was like, oh my God.
I've got a hypothesis, right? I've got a hypothesis here. The cannabis industry folks are already so fun all day, every day, that when they have an expo, it's not that fun. They're like,
yeah, I can see that. Like,
right?
We go there to do business.
But the Commercial Association of Realtors or whatever, oh God, I can't even imagine. Those people are not having so much fun all the time. So when they have their convention, they're like, we're cutting loose.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
We're getting down.
Yeah, like I said, I was
it.
mesmerized.
Did you have to stay at like the hotel because you just can't?
Oh, I didn't drink when I was there.
Oh,
but,
well, all right.
I
might have.
I'll tell you now, I'm pretty sure about 85% of the people there had a hotel room. 'Cause
Yeah.
where it was at, there was a hotel above it.
Yeah.
Because it was in St. Paul. But
That sounds great. I didn't even know that was something that didn't even needed to go on to a calendar.
I
Sounds like it.
And
needs to
I
be
assume that
slotted.
we may know someone, a future sponsory type company that wants
has cannabis in their name.
has cannabis in
that
their
doesn't-
name.
I
that
have
doesn't deal
a
with
feeling
cannabis.
that's going to happen. That
Yeah,
doesn't
we'll
deal
see.
with cannabis.
That doesn't deal with cannabis.
We
who
wanted
might-
all the problems and regulations with none of the reward.
There you go.
But I assume they may invite the crew, the team to go to this real estate thing.
Yeah.
We for sure can. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I guess that was so cool.
Sounds
You got to
great.
get going.
At Canopy Accounting, we're not just accountants, we're specialists in the green. Led by Nikki Roloff, a seasoned CPA with a passion for the cannabis industry, and the team at Roloff Associates, we provide comprehensive accounting services tailored for cannabis businesses in Minnesota. From seed to sale, our expertise covers every financial aspect of your growing business. Legend Technical Services. Legend is a locally owned and operated private laboratory that has served Minnesota's analytical testing needs for over 30 years. Legend has provided Minnesota's hemp and cannabis industries with invaluable testing services since the inception of these programs in the state. Do you need a legal resource to navigate the ever-changing laws controlling the cannabis industry in Minnesota? Schroeder Busky Reams is your partner in cannabis law. Our experienced attorneys can help you form a cannabis business, apply for cannabis business licenses, draft policies and contracts, and fight for you in court, all at a much lower cost than our big law competition. Visit sbrcannabislaw.com for more information. That's sbrcannabislaw.com. Schroeder Busky Reams, experts in a budding industry.
Hello, friends. Have you ever heard of CannACon? Are you in the cannabis industry or interested in the cannabis industry? CannACon is the nation's largest cannabis convention, and we are lucky enough to have it happen right here in St. Paul. Come learn about what's new in cannabis. Come see for yourself that cannabis is about much more than you think. CannACon offers something for everyone, whether you are new to hemp and cannabis products or have some, let's say, prior knowledge. Come see all that these dedicated and hardworking professionals have to offer. From beverages to sleep aids and everything in between, CannACon is the place to be. Auric Canning is a Midwest canning co-packer specializing in small to medium-sized batch runs for non-alcoholic and hemp-derived beverage brands. They provide cold-packed and carbonated aluminum cans, 12-ounce sleeks, along with a variety of other services to get your product to market. Look them up online or call Jake at 763-312-0177. That's 763-312-0177. This episode is brought to you by Fat Nugs Magazine, where the art of cannabis culture meets world-class journalism. Come explore the fascinating world of cannabis and plant medicines through stunning photography, immersive art, captivating design, and thought-provoking storytelling. Check them out at fatnugsmag.com and see why the entire industry is fascinated by their work.
All right, everyone. This has been super fun. Calandra's got to go. Jared, really nice to meet you.
Thank you guys so much
wish
for
Brock
having
could
us
have hung
on.
out, but then he would have dominated the conversation. So I came in.
That's all right. I always say he's the front guy. I'm the person behind the scenes doing the work.
Yeah, and I loved it. I think
I do have the
I loved it.
personality
It was
to do it,
perfect.
but I love having him do it more than I do. So.
Yeah.
This was perfect. We got to know a little more about you.
Yeah, that's right.
About
Thank
the
you, yeah.
company. It was great.
not a complaint on my part, but I'm saying
neither.
I kind of stepped in to get a little more boisterous in his absence.
Yeah.
know, like I felt
We
like I
love
had to represent Brock a
Yeah.
little bit here. You know?
did a good job.
I didn't tell any
But
stories
love it.
about whatever bad stuff. But anyway, thanks so much for coming in. Your
you,
company
guys.
is really unique. I think that's you guys
Appreciate it.
picked a niche and you went for it. And Lance, you got anything?
No, I'm good.
Got to go.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.